Like, there are legitimate people who talk about basketball for a living that actually think the Suns are no longer a good team because of I hate it here. The season hasn't even technically started. We're still in the preseason at the time of recording this, and I'm already hearing about the Suns. About how this team sucks, how they're no longer contenders, how they lost to the 36ers, which, yo, if y'all bring that up one more goddamn time. Look, as a Suns fan, I can even admit the memes were pretty funny, but people are actually thinking the Suns somehow got worse than they did last season, which that is just simply not true. And if you're really trying to convince me that the Suns losing JaVale McGee and getting back a bunch of new players doesn't make up for it, then I don't know what to tell you. Look, I know they got embarrassed by the Mavericks last season, and I'm not going to take that away. I know there's like some reports that, oh, the Suns had COVID or the Mavericks had COVID. I don't give a shit. Even if it came out that it was true, at the end of the day, it was the Mavericks playing the Warriors in the conference finals, not the Suns. However, we are now in a different year, and Phoenix is once again being disrespected, and I feel like it's probably going to be a repeat of last season where I had to defend this team. Mind you, this is when it wasn't popular to talk about the Suns, not in a negative way like some people. All banter aside, the Phoenix Suns last year were the best team in the NBA for a majority of the year, and now people are somehow doubting this team like they're not contenders. I saw ESPN release some like inner circle thing of who the contenders were. I think they named about 5 teams, and y'all put the fucking Clippers and Nuggets, which, look, I like the Nuggets, but the fucking Clippers? So don't tell me y'all actually think the Clippers are gonna be good this season. Are y'all being fooled again? The Suns lost to the Bucks in the finals, and the following year they come back as the #1 seed and just lose in the second round. That was a complete mess. And now this third season, I expect them to be back and be better than ever, but no one really thinks that. To say why, I don't think I could really answer that. I honestly do think it just became a trend to hate on the Suns, which I guess I could understand, even though realistically speaking, I have no idea why y'all hate this team. This is a franchise that has been suffering for 50 years, excluding the Barkley years and the 2021 season. Now that they're finally getting some success and they're actually being a good team, they're now being hated by everyone, which is just funny to me. I know the 36ers game was like a week ago, and I didn't talk about it because I was just busy talking about other things. And I'm not gonna break down a fucking preseason game because I actually have a life and I could give a shit what actually happened. But all I'm gonna say is that it was literally just a preseason game. If like the San Antonio Spurs did this, I don't think anyone would really care or talk about it as much. But it was the Phoenix Suns, so clearly everyone had to talk about it. And it's not like that was just a one-time thing where they got absolutely destroyed on Twitter that night and for like the past couple days. Like, there are legitimate people who talk about basketball for a living that actually think the Suns are no longer a good team because of one series. Look, say what you want, that Mavericks series was very embarrassing and I'm not taking that away, but the Phoenix Suns throughout the whole year were good up until that one moment. And if it takes one series to take an entire team's credibility away, then shouldn't that have happened to LeBron at least like 1,000 times? Like when LeBron lost to the Mavericks in 2011, I think, in the NBA Finals, does that mean that he's no longer a good player and the Heat weren't good? No, they came back the next season and won the whole damn thing. Phoenix has the capability to win a championship, and it's no secret that this year they're coming for revenge. While they did not get Kevin Durant like everyone assumed they would, what they did do is they got a bunch of free agents and they got DeAndre Ayton back. Also, there's like a bunch of people saying that he looks like he's being held hostage, which if y'all don't shut the fuck. I expect Devin Booker to play like an MVP, which he did at the end of last season, and he was actually top 5 in voting. And with all the hate he's been getting, I expect him to rise to the occasion as he has many times in his career.
Oh, but Spex, he got shut down in Game 7 of the Mavericks series. Bro, the thumbnail
literally says, stop overreacting. We're not gonna act like Devin Booker didn't have his best season last year, averaging 27 points per game and playing like an MVP. We're also not gonna act like DeAndre Ayton has not developed, and we're also not gonna act like Chris Paul isn't a consistently good point guard at the age of like 47. And with Cam Johnson finally being in the lineup because Jay Crowder wants to get traded, I see this team only being better. I've been saying for like the past 2 seasons that Cam Johnson should be a starter over Jay Crowder, but for some reason, I guess that veteran bullshit, they wanted to start Jay Crowder. And while it's cool to maybe try to get Cam Johnson a 6th Man of the Year trophy, I could give a shit. I'm trying to win an NBA title, and I think they can agree with me. The Warriors currently going through some shit right now, which I don't know if it's going to trickle into the season. There is a possibility it does. Besides maybe the Mavericks, even though I think last year was their peak, I honestly don't see a team messing with the Suns, at least in the Western Conference. I know like 1,000 of you guys just went to the comment section to eviscerate me saying I know nothing about basketball, which, man, shut the f. On paper, this roster is virtually the same. The Suns also got embarrassed on national television and are still a meme in the NBA. You know this season they're coming out for revenge. They want to play well. They want to show everyone they're still a very good team. See, one of the biggest problems in the NBA is that y'all have no fucking patience. A team that was the #1 seed last year, that was very much consistently good throughout the whole year, is now just no longer that team anymore because they lost one series. Look, I could understand if it was like the 2019 Raptors where they had Kawhi Leonard, but then he left because he was on like that 1-year rental thing, and now it's like, well shit, this team's not gonna win again. Look, as much as I love JaVale McGee, he is not the difference from being the #1 seed and being a second round exit to winning the whole thing. It's crazy to me how people actually think this is like a thing. I know y'all didn't want Phoenix to succeed last season because they're a small market team, and come on, who wants to see a small market team do well? It took like damn near half the season for them to finally start getting segments on ESPN. And it took like the end of the regular season for people to finally say, you know what, this might actually be a pretty decent team. And you might say, oh, but during the Christmas game, people were saying that the Warriors should be afraid of them. But what happened when Phoenix lost? People were not talking about them like that no more. It amazes me how fast people will switch up on a team because of one thing. Y'all, stop overreacting. I don't remember when and who it was, but someone in my Discord server, which by the way, I have a Discord, y'all should join, but someone asked me what I thought the top 3 seeds were going to be in the Western Conference. And honestly, I gotta go with #1, the Lakers. Oh, fuck, that was funny. Nah, in all seriousness, I have the Suns being the 1 seed. I have a team like either the Nuggets or the Mavericks being #2, and I see the Warriors coming in at #3. Now, it's not me saying the Warriors are the 3rd best team in the West, which honestly, I still see them as maybe the best. Actually, yeah, I think they're still the best team in the West. But you guys do know with seeding that it's not always the best team that will be the 1st seed. Look, Phoenix has a lot to prove this season. They have to show people that they're still a very good team. Devin Booker needs to show people that he's still a top 10 player in the league. Like, I've legit been looking and I don't see anyone saying that the Suns will be a good team this year, which, what the fuck? I'm not that type of YouTuber that does like a finals prediction video because I just know I'm not going to do that. But if you had asked me, I think to come out of the West, it'll be the Suns, and out of the Eastern Conference, this might be a hot take. Yo, I'm gonna say the Raptors. Fuck it, I want to see chaos. We're going Raptors Suns 2022. Or 2023. Yeah, oh my fucking god. In the comment section, I am curious, why do you guys think the Suns are being doubted? Do you think it's justified? Do you think it's not? And I swear to god, if I have to hear anything about the Mavericks series, yo, I've heard it all, guys. The jokes are old. I already see it, Lil Jimmy. I see you typing in the comment section something about Luka Doncic being the father of Devin Booker. Do not press that comment, Lil Jimmy. If you do, I'm gonna come through his computer or phone screen. You're probably watching on your mom's phone. I'm gonna come through the screen and beat the